Hey guys, hope you're having a great week. And I want to take a minute to talk about Johanna Fabrics and the context of COVID, the context of the crisis, the pandemic, and the choices we make during it that will affect us after this. So let me kind of give a context for what I'm saying. 2 days ago, I think I was reading an article about Johanna Fabrics, and I saw that there's this line, like in my area in Orange County. I saw this picture of the front of the store, and there was a line like around the building. It was crazy. So many people going in to buy fabric to make the face mask and whatever else, presumably the face mask. And I thought about that, and I thought my first question was, I wonder what Joanna Fabrics is doing to capture those customers that are showing up now that may not have been showing up before all of this and probably won't show up after this. Because my guess is, like most stores, you go in, you find your things, you pay for it, and you're out of there. Whereas in the online environment, in order to have a transaction, we're almost always giving some piece of information, usually multiple pieces of information about ourselves, but certainly at least our email address, right? But I looked at this picture and I read the article, and I just thought the article was just about the craziness of people, making their own masks and whatnot. But I look at this picture and I think there's hundreds of people lined up, and they're coming in droves every single day to buy fabric, to buy supplies, threads and needles and whatever else. And I thought, there's a pretty solid chance that nearly every single one of those people will come in, buy some stuff, leave, maybe do that a few times during this crisis, and then go back to their quote normal lives after all of this. And they're probably not, I know there's always a small percentage of people that are into certain activities like sewing, like making things. But this is something that is happening right now that I wonder if Joanna Fabrics and brands like that are actually capturing any information about these customers, finding any way to retain those customers after this is all over. And the reason why I think this is critical is because I think about every small business, every business in general, but certainly small businesses going through this right now that maybe have pivoted. I've talked about a few different ones that have made some pivots during this time and possibly brought in some customers. Maybe some of those customers are customers that never did business with that business before and probably won't do business with that business again. If people aren't into sewing, for example, they may not go back to sewing after the crisis is over. However, there's an opportunity for Joanna Fabrics and business like that to capture information, to keep in contact with those customers. And it could be a simple, frictionless process, at checkout. Hey, we're doing something special for people that are supporting us during this pandemic. Give us your email address and we'll give you a token of our appreciation, whatever that looks like. But again, chances are it's not happening. So my encouragement to you is this week, be thinking about, if you're bringing in new customers, if you're making pivots in your business, what are you doing to connect with them beyond this transaction? Because if you miss this opportunity where you have the transaction, you're bringing in customers, they may not return to the behaviors that they had, they being the customers, they may not return to the behaviors they have during this crisis. And if they don't, have we lost them forever? So think about Joanna Fabrics. If you manage a store, if you're one of the owners and you're thinking about, we have a spike in sales, we have hundreds or thousands of new customers now. What happens when all this is over? Does that spike just go spiral downward, or is there a way to retain that business? I think one of the things is, a lot of people are making masks, but it's a great opportunity to show people the benefit of knowing how to sew, to put on a patch. I mean, I grew up, my mom sewed, had a sewing machine and all that kind of stuff. So I know how to hem and I know how to do all those things, but it's not something that I use. But I have that skill. So when everybody started making masks, I thought, I know how to do that too. So think about that. Is there an opportunity here that you can take? Is there an opportunity that you can find to retain the customers, retain that business after all of this is over? So have a great week. I know you could do it. Talk to you soon.